Alright, so taking a look at this little Wi-Fi, sort of a hidden spy camera type setup, and I just want to show you really quickly first what you get. So you have a small box, of course. You have your user manual, the actual camera itself. You can see some little holes on the side. Well, may or may not be able to see them because of how small they are, but there's some little LEDs. Your charging port. This is the cover for accessing your micro SD card, and that just slides in. Supports this particular camera can support up to 128 gig. I just threw a 32 gig in there, so it's very glossy, so you can't really see the camera lens. So it's pretty a pretty good spy camera because of the fact that it's hidden very well. And then you have your USB charging port, so if you wanted to connect and actually utilize this to charge, the only problem you'll run into is it's going to be a very slow charge. It's only 500 milliamps, but it still looks like a charger. And even if you just had a cable plugged into it and had this operational, it would look like it's there as only a charger. People probably would not think much of it, not even notice it. You have a little USB card reader, so you plug this into your USB and you take the card out and plug it in here, and you can actually use that as reading the actual card. You have a little CD here. Unfortunately, this may not work for a lot of people that have the slot loading type, and there's a lot of computers that don't even come with CD-ROM, so you may or may not need that. And then you have a little reset tool. In case you have to reset the camera, you just use that to poke the little hole there and actually do the reset. So I wanted to kind of show you real quickly what you get as far as in the package, and I want to show you also what it looks like within the app and some of the settings available, and then some of the video. And we'll do this primarily with an illuminated room, a lighted room, because it's not great in the dark, but it does sort of have a little bit of a night feature. We'll look into that here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to show you some more information about this and some example video. Alright, so I'm going to try to show you as best I can the app for this little camera here. So I'm not going to go through everything, just going to kind of hit the high points. So you've got your live video, snapshot, record, and alarm. So if you wanted to review the different aspects, you can see some of the recordings here. Snapshots, I don't have any photos taken at the moment. And then the camera itself, you could add more cameras, search, and you can change the view. So if you have multiple cameras, you can actually view a multitude. So other than that, if I click on the little gear icon, I can modify the camera in case I want to change the camera name or passwords and such, but not important at the moment. And then if I hit advanced config, I can also delete the camera and reconnect in the event those two are necessary. But with the advanced configuration, I can change the alarm, the Wi-Fi. So if I wanted to have this directly connected, or if I want to connect it to my home network, I can view this camera remotely from anywhere. SD card related settings, the LED configuration. Now there does appear to be a small LED that stays illuminated. Maybe you could put tape over that, or Sharpie that out, but you can turn well, the IR is dealing with the infrared, so you can do auto, which is kind of what I've left it at. But there is there is a small LED on the actual unit that you can see when it's recording, and that may pose a problem for some people. At least I noticed that, and I didn't see a way to change that myself. As far as the settings here, because in the miscellaneous settings it has work LED, and you have off, on, and flicker. Now this was the LED I was actually thinking of. The infrared, like I said, it doesn't really work too good at night, but I've got it set for auto. It kind of wants to flip between. Doesn't do a great job. Kind of look at that here in a moment. You can also manage your password and reboot the camera. But You got your Wi-Fi configuration depending upon what you're connected to, and your alarm configuration if you want to set up with the motion detection capabilities, and how you want to be set up as far as a schedule. But again, I'm not going into everything. This will not ultimately stay with me, it will go to someone else, but I want to do a video review real quick before it gets moved on to the actual owner. So overall, not bad. The app seems to work pretty well. It's pretty easy. The actual camera itself, if I click on this, I'm going to skip that because I don't care about looking at changing the password. So there is a bedroom with the bedroom light on. Now if I turn off the bedroom light, you can see there's not a real impressive amount of night vision going on. And of course I can touch and control the different aspects with photos and video. I can rotate and flip the images. This is of course the microphone and speaker and different brightness, and then the night vision infrared type. You can see I've got it set to auto, but for some reason it didn't trigger like I thought that it would, but you can see the difference between when it's off and when it's on. So you're probably not gonna see a lot of performance out of this in a low light or especially a no light situation, but if you need it for a nanny cam or just to keep an eye on your kids or something, whenever you're away from home, it's a pretty cool option. And you can have it record up to a 128 gig card, so you should be able to record quite a bit. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot else to say about it. Hopefully some example video will be helpful, but it may or may not show up very well. Not a whole lot else I have to say about it. Again, I won't have access to it, so I won't be able to answer anything beyond what I'm showing you right now. You just have to kind of check out the other reviews, I suppose, and check out the product page. But the app makes it very easy to control and very easy to use. Other than that, I mean, you've got a card reader, so if you don't have one, you just have to supply your own card and you're good to go. That's pretty much it. A little bit weird that it looks like this on the box, but it comes out to be a little square. Be nicer if it had faster charging, but again, it's more for the camera, not the charging option. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'll never use it for the charging functionality, but there you go. Hopefully that's somewhat helpful, gives you a quick overview and gives you some idea of what to expect. Okay, check out the link below for more information. Thanks. Alright, so audio test also to show you what it looks like in a lighted room and without the light. Very, very dark. It does have the night vision capability, but again, not very impressive. Don't really think you're going to see anyone or notice anyone. But anyway, hopefully it gives you some idea. Hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. I don't know. So testing this out with audio, I'm pretty close, so you should be able to hear me pretty well. And obviously there's light in the room. If I turn the light off, you can see it gets very dark, but the night vision option doesn't do a great job, but it does change the way it looks. And if I flip the light back on, it automatically should, I would think, go back, because I have it set to auto. But again, the night vision doesn't work that great. Do it manually, you see it flips there. So anyway, pretty good overall, not great. Wearing a hat is going to shadow things considerably, so you're not going to